Hello and welcome everyone. Today I have something new for you all. I will be talking about my tournament decks. Mostly I'm playing them also on ranked, but my tournament setup is something which is very good and targeting a lot of matchups. So I hope you enjoy it and I hope you get something out of this video. My last tournament was Fate League Summer Edition, July, and I lost only against Timocelli in the finals, so I got second place. And I will show you my decks which I used for this tournament, and mostly, probably I will be using those decks also for Colosseum Season 3, which started now. So let's jump to my main deck, which I'm mostly starting. It's an Inferno midrange. It's a new deck. It's a new deck, and you must know that this deck is very good on unrankeds and also very good to starting because this deck have only one bad matchup. This matchup is Stronghold, and not a lot of players are playing Stronghold on tournaments for sure, and those Stronghold players are mostly targeting Inferno in the late matches. It depends what kind of tournament you are playing, best of 3 or best of 5. Colosseum is on best of 5, and Summer was from Fate League was on best of 3, so it was easier for me because my main decks are Inferno and Academy and Stronghold. So this is the reason why it was easier to me. When you are playing best of 5, you need to win with 3 decks. When you are winning with some hero, you can play it in this match. So it's really hard to push it because mostly setups are Necro, Inferno, and Academy. And those are 3 best decks in this meta. For me, the best is Necro, and the second one is Inferno, and after this Academy. Then I'll pick Stronghold, and at last but not least, Heaven. In some tournaments, Heaven is really good if you are targeting especially Inferno, if you have some healings, and also very good against Stronghold. Bad against Necro for sure, and it's slightly 50-50 matchup against Academy, maybe a little best win rate for Academy. And also it depends what kind of human you are playing. For me now there are 3 types of Heaven decks. Of course, Big Heaven with Sandalphon, Shinoshi, Atropos, which I don't have with Sandalphon, of course. And also we have human heavens and some kind of mid-range control with a lot of healings and control the board, not spells heavy but board heavy, and you have a lot of initiative and healing and tents and something like that. Okay, let's go back to the Inferno mid-range. Inferno midrange is a deck which I created last week, and it gave me a very good win ratio. Let's check it. Let's check this win ratio. It's over here, and I have with midrange Inferno 46 wins and 20 loses. So it's something about 66%, 68 maybe win ratio. I have better win ratio with Orcs, with my Stronghold, but for now Stronghold isn't a good choice on rankeds. It's good choice in tournament, but I will explain you this later. Okay, boys and girls. Talking about mid-range Inferno, which I have a good win ratio, it's fine, I think. For 66 games, 46 wins, it's enough. Inferno and 66 games I played, okay. Never mind. Let's talk about this deck, and I will explain you what kind of strategy I am using, and what is my mulliganing option, and I will be talking about this in every deck I will show you today. As you see, we are playing only one AgraveiN. The reason is because Gorada Rael. I don't want to play in this deck two Goradas Rael. If I will be playing it, I will change a lot of in my deck. There will be no imps, there will be no Hellfire imps, of course, because Imp Jester is one of the best cards in Inferno. And I don't want to make this Inferno big. This Inferno is mid-range, not big Inferno with big creatures and two Goradas Rael. I'm using only one Enforcer, of course Pyrias, Soul Consuming Ifrit, of course in two pieces, but I mostly, when I was playing Inferno, was playing only one because I didn't open the second one. So for sure two Fireball and something new, which make our matchup very good against Necro, better against Necro, which is the best for me in this meta. Mateva is winning me a lot of matchups, also against Inferno, but this card is mostly against Necro. I really like it. We are playing 3 cards which have +1 gold production. We have 2 blinds. This is what is it. And we are playing standard Firebolt fire weapon. I'm playing only one Heatwave, and this is the last card which I will put to my deck. So maybe if I'll find something better, I will cut this Heatwave. But for now it's okay, especially with Hellfire Imps. Sometimes I'm using Hellfire Imps with Gorada Rael, and those imps are devastating with some spells. Spell power +1 is +2, and we are rocking. Enslaved Juggernaut, for sure, one of the best creature in Inferno. Breeder Progenitor, the same, but a lot of players are not playing Breeder Progenitor when they are playing Gorada Rael. But as I said before, Gorada Rael isn't the main for this deck. It's good, but it's not an Gorada deck. This is a mid-range. So I am playing good mid creatures, which are giving us a lot of value, and this card is especially Progenitor. I'm playing 2 Horned Overseer because of the Gorada Rael and Furiases. If you want to mulligan, you are mostly mulliganing for Gorada or Furias, or even Enforcer if you are on an initiative, and for Enslaved Juggernaut and Horned Overseer. This is one of the best start for you, and this is the mulligan guide. Sometimes I'm keeping Dark Flame Fanatic. In Inferno matches I am trying to play also Breeder Progenitor, but mostly I'm mulliganing it, but in some situations Progenitor is really good, and I really like it. Don't keep Fireball. The keeping Fireball for me is important after second turn. Sometimes I'm keeping it on a second turn, third turn, fourth turn, and killing it as fast as it's possible. But don't keep Fireball on a starting hand. It's bad. Also talking about blinds. Sometimes I'm using blind on a board. It's not as good as it's supposed to be, because blind should be mostly played on a hero just to deny his level up and of course his attack, or her, Anastasia or Nur. Blinds are very good also against Stronghold, but if you are playing against Stronghold, you are mostly doomed. Blind is good against big Inferno with Enforcers. I really love this card. I will not cut it. Maybe I'll cut Mateva and Heatwave if I will find something better for this deck. If you want to play a big version, you just need to include Doombringer. Not need, but it's an option, and for sure you need to include Abyssal Lord. Don't play those smaller Pit Lords. For me, this summon a random 2-cost demon is good only for Imp Jester, honestly. Because if it will summon you Hellfire Imp and you don't have spells, it's waste. Bloater sometimes is killing you. Maniac is good, but dying from everything. Dark Flame Fanatic is only 2-2. And what else you want? Mostly you want Imp Jester. But this card for me is not necessary in even mid-range decks, aggro decks, and big one decks. Pit Lord not so good as it's supposed to be. Okay, what is your win condition? Your win condition is, of course, to burn your opponent. Same like in burn versions of decks, but burn versions of decks are using Chaos Seers, and for sure they are using Armageddon. I'm not using those cards, so this is a mid-range one. Only one Wyvern is okay, but on a start. If you have Wyvern on the first turn, it's okay. On a second turn, it's mediocre, and on a third turn, it's garbage. Don't play it late. And this is what is it. This deck is really strong. I have almost 70% win ratio with it, as you saw. I really recommend it to start when you are playing tournament. And because of good matchups. Inferno is very good against Academy, good against Necro. You may burn the Necro before they will kill you, even if they are using Fate Sealers, which is bugged. And Inferno has very good matchup also. I was talking about Academy. So it have good matchup against humans, but not so good matchup against Healing Heaven. But Inferno is mostly the safest choice to start. But sometimes I'm picking another deck to start. It's all about the opponent which I'm fighting, because I know a lot of opponents and know what they like. Okay. So this is my first tournament deck. The second one is one of my best decks in history of Might and Magic Fates. I am not a control player, honestly. I'm mostly mid-range aggro player, but in this game, particularly Academy, is for me one of the best deck, and I really enjoy to play it, but the games are very long. Ranking up with this deck is really hard, and I rather play faster matches, but we are talking now about tournament. So this deck is slightly very good in every matchup. For tournaments, so you may also start with this deck. But the most reason why this deck is losing is Inferno, especially Burn one. But you must know that I won a lot of times on tournament using this deck, as you saw on my last video when I was showing you my way to the top in last tournament. And the reason is why. Dispel Magics 2 times, Spell Stealer Wizards 2 times, Angelic Alliance for healing, Divine Intervention for healing, Vampiric Ritual for healing, and also Shinoshi. If you will play on a second turn, it's impossible to play Shinoshi on a first turn with this deck. But if you will play Shinoshi on a second turn and take an initiative from Inferno, and swing his board and hit a Graal for 8, you are mostly winning. Because Shinoshi is very hard to counter for Inferno players, and also you must know that if they don't have blind, they are dead on a third turn, mostly. This deck is created to fight also against Inferno, but mostly hard counter for Academy, which Academy is hard countering, is Necro. So we have good matchup against Necro. Sometimes we are losing against Stronghold, but as I said, Stronghold isn't an issue in this meta. And of course we have 2 Void Ripples. I don't have Arcane Keeper, not even one in my collection, but with 2 Dispels, Stronghold isn't so scary. The same talking about Heaven, but if you are playing against Big Heaven, it might be problem because Big Heaven is using Atropos. But oh wait, we have 2 Void Ripples. So don't hesitate to play Void Ripples on some big creatures and be conscious about playing them on small creatures. Because you need to remove Sandalphon, Shinoshi, and big angels, something which will be outvalued with Atropos. So be sure that Void Ripples are your best removal for taking out creatures which Atropos may revive from the graveyards, from the cemetery. Okay, what is your goal to mulligan and starting hand? As I was saying before many times, you want a golden start almost in every matchup. Spirit Traveler, Bag of Gold or Crimson Tower, and Gene Mentor. Exclamation mark. Against Inferno, it's not as best as it's supposed to be, this start. Because you are building your economy, and if Inferno will have a strong second turn, and you don't have answers for it, you are doomed. You will never hit third level, you will be dead before fourth turn, and if you have an economy like this and you will not draw any good cards, you are doomed. If I will be playing against Inferno, sometimes I will be keeping Shinoshi. Because of the second turn, Shinoshi taking an initiative is very good too. If you don't have, if you have initiative and you are not taking initiative from Inferno, it's sometimes good too. Because Inferno may only answer to Shinoshi with a lot of burns and maybe blind. So if he don't have it, he is doomed. Sometimes I'm keeping Shinoshi. Do I keep Divine Intervention on a first turn against Inferno or Vampiric Ritual? No, because it may destroy my economy. But if I'll pick these cards on a second turn, I will be hesitating to mulligan them, because if you know for sure, on a first turn when you are mulliganing cards, when you are putting them to the decks, they are randomized. They are shuffled in your deck, and you may draw them one more time on a second turn. But if you will put card from your second turn, third and more, to the deck, this card is going to the bottom of the deck. The first pick is bottom. So if you have Vampiric Ritual and Divine Intervention, and you will pick first Divine and Vampiric Ritual second, the Vampiric Ritual will be the last on the bottom of your deck. So you are cutting off your 2 healings against Inferno, which are very important. So be conscious about this on a second turn. Sometimes I'm keeping Blast of Wind if I'm sure that the opponent will be playing some big Inferno, especially with Goradarael. So you may skip Gene Mentor in first turn, but mostly you want to play some economy. So Bag of Gold, Crimson Tower or Spirit Traveler are very good for this. And Void Ripple you may play Obsidian Gargoyle with Boots of Explorer, or keep something for Dispel. You might you must be very flexible in every matchup. But mostly my academy is fighting against Necro, and Nur is winning. And very good against bugged Fate Sealers. Okay, of course, if you have some questions about those decks, just put your questions comment below, and I will try to answer. But for sure, if you don't have Hakim, it's a big problem, honestly. Hakim on the end game with Spell Stealer Wizard is your win condition. Of course, your win condition may be 4th level with Artificer and controlling everything, but especially with 2nd level, which giving you +1 attack after spell is cast. Spell Stealer Wizard with Hakim, when you have from the 3rd level meta magic from Nur, your spells are cheaper, and you are just building a board with a lot of attack and swinging one by one and killing opponent. So without hacking this deck, for me it's almost unplayable. And if you don't have Shinoshi, don't worry. I haven't Shinoshi mostly of my time when I was playing 500 games with Academy, and don't worry, it's not needed. The same about the Divine Intervention or Vampiric Ritual, but Divine Intervention is better healing. The same against Chain Lightning. If you don't have Chain Lightning, you may easily play 2nd Surging Djinn, but you need more artifacts, or just okay, I can't pick any spells over here. It's not responding. Hello. My game bugged. Hello, creatures. I want to take some spells over here. You may play. This card, Lightning Burst. Also, some version of Academy are playing Lightning Bolts. I don't like it unless you have Implosion as your finisher. So if you don't have Hakim, you may play Implosion, but it's an old Academy style. Without +1 spell damage, it's really hard, but sometimes those players are picking +1 spell damage on a 3rd level of Nur. Cyclone is also an option if you are frightened about a lot of creatures. Air Trap is awesome. Some players are also playing the Shield, Arcane Armor, Anti-Magic. So there is a lot of option to play Nur. Magic Seal is some garbage. Don't play it. Just saying. Same time jump. Okay, so this is my Nur. The 3rd deck is Orcs Assemble. I'm playing this deck sometimes on Rankeds, but you must know that this deck has a lot of good counters. Necro, Academy and Inferno may play Arcane Keepers, and they are devastating for our end-range creatures. But as you see, I drop out Wyverns. I'm not playing Wyverns more. I'm picking Cyclops, which are very good, same like Wyvern, but they are cheaper for 7. So your deck is much more stabilized. I never played Cyclops, Black Skull, but if I will be playing it, I will change my deck for some aggro with tents, which are giving +2 attack. And in this deck, Black Skull doesn't work. So if you don't have Cyclops, play Wyverns. If you don't have Wyverns, play Cyclops or more Raging Smashers. There is a lot of options. And I'm sure that this deck list is now one of the best Orcs Assemble deck. Why? Because of the adding of Rooting Zombies. They are awesome. They are awesome in this deck, even if they are producing +1 gold. Just play them, try them, and you will be pleased. I'm playing now 2 Goblin Scouts and 2, of course, 1 Goblins. Still, I'm using Serpentfly. It's really good, mostly when Serpentfly is on your board. A lot of players are hating it in a first move, so Serpentflies are really good. Bloodscar Ritualist is your main creature in this deck. Goblin Mentors, you might change if you have something better, but I didn't found something better. Guerrilla Master, very good. Angelic Alliance for healing and saving your big creatures for being dead. It's not necessary, as you see, I cut it regeneration, but sometimes Angelic Alliance is good against Inferno. And good against Inferno and Nur especially, and Necro, which is playing Shadow Image on a combat, is Blood Mask Shaman. As you see from the previous versions, I was using this Blood Snake Shaman, and Blood Snake Shaman wasn't so good. It was good only against Necro, so I switched it for Blood Mask Shaman, and I am really enjoying his ability to have immune to spell during combat phase. It's almost devastating all players which are leaving gold for the combat phase, so I really love it. Mateva is one of the best cards in this deck. This legendary is absolutely insane, so I really like it. Paulo Mauler, cheap Enrager. Cyclops, very good. Also, if you are using Dispels, you may Dispel Cyclops, but as you see in this deck, I'm focusing on targeting Inferno. And this deck is built for targeting Inferno. So, Inferno is bad against Stronghold. Academy is bad against Inferno. And Stronghold is good against Inferno and Academy. So I'm trying to hit those decks with my Stronghold, and almost nobody expected. So if I had good start, it's a win or lose situation, you know. So you must know that the Stronghold is my third deck on tournaments. But you remember, if you don't eliminate Necro, don't pick Stronghold. This is mostly in 80 or 90% matches win for Necro. So don't play Stronghold if your opponent have an option to pick Necro to counter you. Okay, what is your main creature? Of course, Behemoth and Cyclops. Sometimes Smasher is very good. I'm keeping it against Academy just to kill those towers and something like that. Or Genies. It's good. Akamas is a win more card, but sometimes it saving Behemoth from be killed. And your opening hand is, it depends on what kind of matchup you are playing, but mostly you want to keep Behemoth or Cyclops first turn and spam your board with 3 or 2. It depends what you have with gold production, cheap creatures which may boost your Enrage ability. Nothing special, very simple deck. You don't need to build a lot of strategies, just attack with big creatures. Against Inferno, my best score was 5 life for after one first turn, and on the second turn he was dead by 16-16 Behemoth. So doesn't matter. He don't drew blind and he is dead. Okay, so Stronghold mostly for countering Inferno. If you are sure that your opponent will be playing Inferno, just counter him with Inferno. Okay, I want to talk more also about my human. but this human is one of the worst deck for heaven. For me, on the first place is a big heaven. On the second place, it's initiative taking healer, and on the third place, human. I'm playing Canael and 2 wolf guards. As you see, I added Shinoshi to this deck, and I'm playing only 1 bag of gold, but we have tight collectors and Imperial guards. So playing Shinoshi is possible, especially on a first turn. So it's okay. I added also Scattershoot Marksmans, and they are very good with Inquisitors, of course, and of course with Lay of Hands. It's a simple deck with 2 Eldrath Protectors. Almost nobody now expect Eldrath Protector, so you may surprise your opponent with this card. But most of the time these protectors are very good with Wolf Guards. So this is an aggro deck, simple human, nothing special, but I like it sometimes. Probably I will be playing it on Colosseum because it's much more better against. It's much more better than Necro for me. Why? Because Necro have banned card Fate Sealer, a bugged card. It's not a ban. Honestly, this card shouldn't be used on any tournament. The tournament organizers should have Fate Stealer banned from a pool of cards, and if devs are saying that this is a bug, that Fate Stealer is shelving 1 card for itself, I don't want to use it. So my Necro deck is built, of course, but don't think that this is good deck. I don't play even 1 game with this deck because of Fate Sealers, and without Fate Sealers it's bad. But mostly we are using for Behemoth. I don't have Atropos, I don't have Dragons 7-5, I don't have Reapers 8-6. So I will show you this deck, but it's not a very good deck. Warding pillars are good for behemoths and saving our hero from spells. I'm using one skeleton, but as I said, I wasn't testing this deck. I'd only build it if I will need it to use on some tournaments. DK Spitters are very good in every matchup. Play them, especially if you want some good answers for big creatures or hero. They are really good. But as I said, Fate Sealer is bugged and I don't want to use this deck. It should be banned. Okay, boys and girls. So as you see, I'm using mostly Academy and Inferno and Stronghold. After this, I'm using Heaven and Necro at last, because I don't have cards for Necro, and I don't like to be a bug abuser. Okay, I hope you enjoy it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of this video and it was helpful for you and your maybe tournament or ranked setup. If you want to share your thoughts, don't hesitate to use comments below, and see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, it really means to me a lot. Take care and bye bye.